hope this doesn't delay the episode.
So Darren's gone, and that means our production studio is gone along with him because we don't have his passwords. And I'm trying to think of an alternative to like having to go out and buy something like Final Cut or Premiere and sticking it onto some computer and working hard with that, and that's just way too expensive. So I just remembered that there was someone told us about Ubuntu Studio on a Hak5 live episode. And so I went to check it out, downloaded a disk, an ISO, burned it off, stuck it on this laptop here, and let it run the install, which is pretty easy. So the first thing I noticed was most of the programs pre-installed on this distribution have to do with audio, so that's for your kind of, I guess, podcaster people who like to talk too much. But since I'm a video guy, I looked in there, only for some stop motion, some kind of Sin Paint, which I guess is kind of like After Effects. I didn't look too much at it. But the two I noticed were Ptv Video Editor and Kino. I went into Kino. It has the multi-tracks. It has the kind of higher level stuff that I'm used to working with in Vegas. So, but I wanted to focus more on getting it done kind of cheaply and quickly. So I went into Kino, and this is pretty much how it looks. It's a lot of black in this distribution, and you can see that it has the main preview pane. On the left side, it holds what you're importing, what you would capture off of your tape from your camera, and then put it up into what is like a storyboard, the sequence in which all the clips are like in ordered. So the first thing I guess you show off is the capture. You can capture stills, but who does that? You just capture the video, puts it on as a DV file, probably wherever you want to save it. But then you can look at that DV file in the timeline. Now I found this pretty cool because it will show kind of a bunch of still frames of the entire clip, and you can just kind of click on it and it'll take you to right at that spot within the editing tab on the right. And so you can kind of like mess around with it, see what it looks a little bit forward, a little bit behind. But if you go down to, you find that you only want this one bit, what you go to is trim, and you'll be able to kind of cut off the front and back parts that you don't want, keep the good stuff, and then insert it back into the storyboard, either at the front or at the back of the whole build. So after you like trim all your segments together, you'll go back into the editing, and you'll kind of be able to move around the storyboard so that you can get the cuts all lined up correctly, and you can see how long it is. You can play it back and forth. There's also an FX tab. It does your kind of basic stuff like black and white, fades in, fades out. You can flip it over, speed it, a little blurring if you into, or jerky and blur, and then you get like a Born Supremacy video. And then of course your export, which you can pump out just your DV file, or so you can re-encode it into whatever, or an MPEG if you just want to kind of stick it on something real quick. So that's pretty much it within Kino. Like I said, Ptv is pretty cool. It's a little bit more difficult to get into because it can be kind of daunting to look at first. But definitely check out Kino in Ubuntu Studio. It's all one CD. You install it on anything, and it works. And I definitely recommend it. But let's see what I was editing first and play that off for you.
What's up, Paul?
Not much, just rocking out with my cock out.
You're doing what?
Rocking out with my cock out.
You remember what happened last time you let that thing loose?
Didn't hurt anybody.
Dude.
Dude, I'm talking about my cock.
Ah.
Oh, well. Dude, I'm not digging the new guitar. It's like rubbing up on my arm with this, I don't know, smooth plastic stuff. It's just kind of irritating.
Dude, it's the new hotness. You gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I love the wireless, but it was so much more comfortable with this thing, even though it was wired. Because, like, really, how often are you, like, walking around the room? You know what we ought to do? Since we have 2 of these bad boys, and we're not going to be using one because who needs 3 guitars?
Right.
Let's break one of them open and shove it inside one of these.
Okay. Have you been drinking?
No. See, you'll have like 10 buttons. You'll be able to do the orange and the green at the same time and do like longer runs.
Okay. If you pull that off, you're no longer a guitar hero. You, my friend, are a guitar god.
Exactly.
Where are we coming in? Where does this...
We're coming in at, we're like, yeah, let's do this, kick ass. Because we knew it would, like, be instant and awesome. So, alright, so already we've stripped apart the guitar.
Right.
And we looked at everything inside and decided what had to be cut out and then put into another one. Right. And the first thing was you spent a good
time on these.
On the tracks that the buttons go into. Right. Essentially, like they're the guides for the buttons.
Right.
So they don't shift out of place while you're wailing hard.
And then we epoxied the buttons from a guitar similar to this. This was try number 1.
Yeah, it took some experimenting. Don't cut first.
Yes, always
you want to glue it
in
in first.
Yeah, always glue it before you start cutting. Use the fret button positions once they're down and in as a guide.
Yeah, doing
X-Acto knife marks aren't
wasn't
exactly the best guides to use. So, lesson learned. All right, so we've got the 10 buttons placed in here now, epoxied in, set up. They flow.
Make sure you clean out any loose epoxy that got into the track's way.
Because it's not like
doing that.
It's not like a really thick. It's actually really, really thin.
Yeah.
So use it sparingly, or prepare to clean up.
Yeah.
So here we have our salvaged and slightly modified pickup connector. That is the back plane, I guess you want to call it. I don't know. I forget what the name of it is.
We cut off the label.
Oh, here it is. 95055 key revision 1.3.
Yeah. Key revision.
Yes. So this is what actually picks up the electrical signal when you hit the button.
Yeah. It has these little kind of diode things that come out of the plastic that are, I guess, are metallic enough to register.
Right, exactly. So this one was from our torn apart controller.
The one that we decided to sacrifice.
Right. This one is going to go on the top position, which is where the normal buttons would go.
Yeah.
The one that is currently connected to
the original buttons.
The original buttons. Which one did we? This one. All right.
The one that you can see is very nicely attached and very rainbowish.
Yes. Now some of you are saying, but your other one isn't connected. We're going to get to that.
Which is why it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And we had to clip the top off of this just so it'd fit in like closely, because there's like an extra ½ inch. But if you cut the top off and get as close as possible, that way it should line up, like just squeak right in there.
So that's good right there, Paul?
Yep.
All right. So now that that's done, we've got those two in place, and
Now
wiring is going to be a chore. Fold this down carefully. Make sure that you guys are watching out for where the screw holes are at in the bottom here. And then, Paul, if you would do the honors of
putting on the back side of this.
Back first. Go ahead. And
hopefully don't get caught up.
There you go.
Alright, snaps together. Alright, screw it in, screw it in.
Screws. We got way too many screws now. 3 guitars later.
Yeah, we use one we're not supposed to use.
Sorry, Wes. I'll buy you another one. I promise.
Yeah. So we had to also cut out 2 of the screw mounts to put in the extra row buttons, but we don't imagine it's going to be any problem. Hopefully.
Well, your imagination is a little more active than mine. But for the sake of moving on, and of course it being 2 o'clock in the morning, Paul, what's next?
Now we got to. You have these extra wires attached because you spent some time soldering right onto the main board that kind of registers.
We had
everything.
originally planned on soldering one board to another, the back plane for the keys. However, that's not going to work because for whatever reason,
they have 5 wires.
No, they have 8 wires for 10 connectors.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. So, it being 2 o'clock in the morning and all, we decided we're just going to go ahead and solder on directly to the board. Now, what we're going to do here is, to save you actually having to watch this, is...
You'll see little clips.
Yeah, little. Yeah. Paul's good at that.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and solder. We just soldered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because there's 8 connector wires. And we've marked from our board that's up here which one is 1 and which one is 8. Okay?
Yeah, make sure you keep track of that. It's also labeled on the board.
I really hope
both on the pickup and the key side of it.
Right. So from there, we'll go ahead and solder these all together. And then after that, look at that, Paul.
It feels just fucking nice. Hell, it's even fucking quieter, man. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So here, you will see Paul later on demonstrating the 10-button Hak5 Guitar Hero guitar, which is, I think, a first.
Yeah, I think they have one you can buy, but it's not the guitar, man.
No, it's not. It's not. This is...
It's not the Red Octane Exploder 360 guitar with 10 buttons.
Explorer.
Exploder. I like the Exploder.
And you know what this does? It adds a bit of bulk.
Really?
Just like the wireless one. It's actually a little...
It's a little
bulkier now.
Huh.
I don't know why, but that
maybe you're just tired.
Yes, exactly. So, all right. So, do you want to go ahead and start soldering these up now?
All right.
All right. Well, next time we see you guys, you'll be watching Paul rock out with the 10-button Guitar Hero controller for the Xbox 360. Dude, that was insane.
Yeah, I can't believe we beat Expert 5 stars.
You're crazy with that new guitar.
Dude, just all them buttons. It just flies right out of my fingers now. Oh well, what are we gonna do? Watch TV?
TV sucks anymore.
Yeah. We don't have anything on the Apple TV.
I got an idea.
What?
Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alright, so I brought you guys up here because I'm going to show Paul some really sweet stuff on how to stream media from your PC to the Xbox 360. The product's called Winamp Remote. It's completely free. You can download it standalone or with a new Winamp 5.5, available at winamp.com. We've already got the application downloaded here, so we're going to run that. And we're going to select Next. I agree. Install. It's going to go through the install process, which as of right now, it's finished. Now it's going to ask us to create a username and password. The desired login, and click Finish. And that's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here into the task tray where it's installed a little icon. We need to go to Remote Media. Actually, we can do it right from here. Configuration, right click on it, and select Configuration. Pretty easy. And from here you'll see we've got a Media tab. Now what it's doing is you can specify which folders that you want Winamp Remote to search. So we're going to add one here that I know that we've got quite a bit of media in. And what it's going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to scan that folder so that we can then stream it out to either our Winamp player, the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii, or via the internet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go open up our Winamp. I'm going to go to our media library. And we're going to go to the Remote Media section of the media library. Click on Video, and we're going to enter our username. And it's going to launch the interface for all of our media. We're going to select Video, which it already is. And here we've actually got what appears to be 162 different items. It's only going to show 1 through 50 in the bottom part of the window, but there's a next page, previous page. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go show you how to set up the Xbox 360 to talk nicely with Winamp Remote. So what I've done is I've already set up the Winamp Remote software on my PC, which has all the media on it already. And what it's going to do is once we actually set this up, it's going to transcode whatever media that we want, audio, video, it doesn't matter, real time, and pipe it to the 360. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set that up right now. Now if you guys have never set up a computer or media center on your Xbox 360 yet, painless process. We're going to go over here to the Media tab, and we're actually going to select Video. And then we're going to go down to Computer, because we're going to connect to the computer upstairs. Now it's going to ask us if we've ever connected a PC to the 360 before. Even though we haven't, we're going to say yes, because we don't need to download their software. So we're going to do that. Now it's going to search for all the computers on the network that have compatible software to stream to the 360. And there we are. Hak5 Matt, that's me. We're going to select OK. And here we go. This is the folder that I set up while we were upstairs. So we're going to select that. Go down to a folder here and select it and click play. Now what it's going to do, it's going to start transcoding live upstairs and it's going to pipe it down to the 360 here. Once it's got enough of a buffer, it's going to start playing it right here on the 360. And that's all there is to it. Now you've got a way to share your entire library of media, audio or video, and play it right on your Xbox 360. So, another great episode. Hope they had fun. I know I did, building it.
That 10 guitar thing is just... you're going to have to relearn everything you know about Guitar Hero.
You were up till what, 3 o'clock last night playing?
Yeah, including the daylight change thing.
So it was actually 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, but anyways, we got some sponsors.
Well, we've got DreamHost. You can enter the coupon code HAK5 at checkout to get $25 off of your order there. Plans start at $7.95. They offer 140 gigs of storage, 1.4 terabytes of bandwidth, and in addition, one-click installs for blogs, forum software, the whole 9 yards. Great stuff. DreamHost.com, coupon code HAK5.
Also, our other sponsor is GoDaddy at GoDaddy.com. You can get 10% off of your domain orders using the coupon code HAK. That's hacked, HAK.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
We've already faded to black, haven't we?
No.
No?
No. Dude, the camera never fades to black.
It always fades to black.
We're still missing something.
What are we missing?
How does any studio show end? With the...
Motherfucker! Can we just do a Trust Your Techno Lust and think down with it?
Yeah.
And like
I'm just going to cut from like that so we can just go. Alright, so yeah, that was definitely a fun episode. Hopefully Darren, everybody will be back.
Yes. Hopefully.
And you won't get a chaotic mess that it is.
Right, exactly.
Or wild fun, as if you like that kind of thing.
No, never again.
But anyways, we want to remind you to
trust your techno lust. Hak5 guitar. Ghetto fabulous to the max.
We're gonna love playing it.
If it works.
It's been a while, man. Been out in California doing some stuff.
What are you doing? Yeah, stick your tongue in there.
You like that, don't you? Dirty. Don't worry, it's still whammies.
Don't mind that, boy. Alright, go. If you're gonna intro it, intro. Don't do it like somebody's holding a gun to your head.
No. I can't break that encryption. Oh no. I can't hold it. Go back to jump
Play it, Paul, play it.
This time on Hak5, I'm going to show you how to have more fun. You did it again!